Trust me, dudes. Trust me. If you even just Google Gavin Newsom, San Francisco, you will be up for hours reading about all the gross incompetence that numbskull perpetrated on the Bay Area. He ruined San Francisco. A lot of the problems San Francisco is now trying to dig out of, this motherfucker started. And so he gets into power in California and nobody likes him, man. Nobody likes Gavin Newsom. Who likes Gavin Newsom? Only people that are not educated in the political process, or just maybe think he's handsome, maybe think he's got nice hair. You find him doing photo ops. You find him doing that kind of stuff. And you need him to actually govern the state. And the stuff he has done has only set up California for more disasters. Gavin Newsom is lazy. He's never worked a serious job in his life. He's never done anything but photo ops. There is a new recall. There's talk of a new recall. A guy who survived a recall last year is going to have to go through another recall. Now, he's termed out. We've got another 2 years of this idiot, and I support a new recall. Normally, I don't support recalls. That's a whole nother conversation. The media protected him for years. Sacramento Bee, LA Times, and also New York Times, San Francisco Chronicle, they all protected Gavin Newsom. And when he was running, for re-election, and the recall, they just pumped as much positive stories as they could, and they didn't cover the opponents. And so there just wasn't a viable candidate to replace him. I will interview everyone on my podcast that runs against Newsom if there is a recall. I've seen the website. We'll talk about it in the future. I do know the last recall just wasn't good timing, and there weren't people behind it that had the political strength. You have to get a candidate. That's what happened with Schwarzenegger. When Schwarzenegger was brought in during that recall, as soon as he said he was running, that was the strength that the recall needed. And so you had Schwarzenegger running and the recall running. And Schwarzenegger's campaign began, the recall against Gray Davis and the Schwarzenegger campaign began to morph into one thing. And that's what we need to happen this time. So look, I'm down with the recall. I think that's great. If it happens, right on. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna cry about it, but we're still going to, we're not gonna waste any tears. We're going to work hard to make sure the truth comes out. And when I say me, I'm saying just everybody with a voice. Look, I started this podcast and I wanted to have fun and talk to other actors and talk to comedians and talk to interesting people, which I will. But now I'm going to actually campaign for this recall. If it is a real thing, that is going to be important to me. These knuckleheads are not going to resign. They never do. They don't resign even when they're busted. Gavin Newsom was busted in San Francisco years ago. He's been busted over and over for his lies. They are not talking about it enough today because they want to let him off the hook. But he lied to a citizen. A woman ran up to him virtually in tears and in panic saying, "Can you help me? I just lost my home, dude. Our neighborhood burnt down." And Gavin's sitting there with the sunglasses, big timing her, and lied and said, "Well, I'm talking to the president right now. I can't talk to you." And security was trying to push her away. This is the kind of governor you have. In the middle of a crisis, he doesn't want to touch people. He doesn't want to talk to the common people. He wants to go to his mansion and have his flapjacks served to him breakfast in bed by his staff. Gavin Newsom, make no mistake, he has disdain for average people. He's never been around people that aren't rich. Okay, he has disdain for the voters. Voters are a means to an end. So then he lies and said, "I am on the phone with the president." Like that even fucking matters. But he said, "I'm on the," and she said, "Well, I want to hear it. I want you to prove it." "Well, I'm sorry," he said, "I've been trying to call the president. I've called him 5 times. I can't get a signal." It's just bullshit. In 4K, in front of the world, streaming on live on Sky News, the entire world saw it, and yet all of the media still want to give him a pass. He's a liar. They should just say "Liar Newsom," because that's exactly what he did in front of everybody. And that's the problem with the deep state. That's the problem, man. You have people lying to your face. You have these politicians lie right to you. Biden lies every day. He lies as much as he gets up and talks. They lie to your face, and we still vote him in. We still believe him. What goodness comes out of keeping Gavin Newsom in office? What good comes out of that? Sorry, I was choking on water. What good comes out? Nothing. No good comes out of that. It's over, man. It's going to be serious drama in California. It's over for them. Look, I predict they're not going to survive politically for the next. I just predict for the next year, they're not going to survive, man. They're going to be voted out or recalled.